So after the FOMC hearing, after the 50 basis point interest rate hike, it is very clear that the Federal Reserve is going to stay committed to slowing down the economy and job unemployment by raising interest rate, because they want to bring the inflation down to 2% and they are going to stay committed. This is what we found out yesterday. In other words, they are going to damage the economy to bring down inflation. And Powell yesterday also clearly hinted in 2023 the market is going to remain weak and the effect of this interest rate hike is yet to be felt, so-called a lag effect. And now the market is expecting the Federal Reserve is going to raise the rate by 4.75% to 5% next year. And this is why the 50 basis point interest rate hike turned to be a hawkish 50 basis point hike, and the market showed us completely different scenario, because we were expecting the price of Bitcoin to continue this uptrend. But in our case, this is very clear that 2023, it is not going to be a year where we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to show a move here like this. It is going to be a year where the price is going to see more of a range bound, but clearly continue this trend here to the downside between 10 to 12,000, our personal target area, before slowly ending this capitulation phase and also starting this new markup phase. Because we know not just only in the monthly, even here in a weekly time frame, the price of Bitcoin is clearly following this Wyckoff's market cycle, and I have been very clear about this scenario here. Even though in the medium short term we were expecting the price of Bitcoin to show this movement between 18 to 19,000, which it did, but the overall picture, the bigger picture, is clearly indicating a weakness. So in a weekly time frame, we are also expecting the price of Bitcoin slowly to head towards this accumulation range between 10 to 12,000 before ranging there for months and also starting a new markup phase. Because if you look at this example here from Stan Weinstein, for the market to show an actual trend reversal, we have to form this accumulation phase. Months, even a year of range bound, breaking the key line of resistance and also breaking the resistance from this 30-week moving average. Once we do that, once the price after some range bound finally breaks out of this key line of resistance and also breaks out of this 30-week moving average, then we are ready for this new markup phase. And right now, if you look at this here, guys, the market is nowhere to show this accumulation phase. I mean, we are still around this 17,000 to 18,000 range, but we are also prepared. The market could show some more weakness because the upcoming months or 2023 is not going to be a bullish year, according to what we heard yesterday and also according to our analysis. Because in a bigger time frame, not just only this Wyckoff's market cycle, not just only this capitulation phase in a monthly time frame, even this one scenario was clearly indicating the price in most of the cases, after failing to continue this uptrend, what it does, it starts showing this bearishness, because this bearishness indicates the market now has already been exhausted and we could be starting with this corrective movement. But if you look at this from 2014-15, 2017-18, guys, before the market started with this actual parabolic move, for us we had a retracement up to 80 or 85% between that range. Here you can see from this top of 2017 till bottom, the market corrected almost like around 84%. And in our case so far, the market has corrected only like around 77-78%. So in the past price action, we can see the market did reverse up to 85 to 80% before starting a new markup phase. So that's why, guys, that's why in our case the price has also formed a very similar scenario, just like here from the past price action, during a downtrend, forming this descending triangle, which brought the price from this top till the bottom around 84%. And after that, we started this actual markup phase. So in our case, we have already lost the support. And yesterday, when we had this bullish movement, the price got rejection exactly around the area which previously acted as a support. Yes, here in a weekly time frame, this lower line was acting as a very strong line of support, and this exact line rejected the price while trying to re-enter above it. And you can see now, if this is going to be a rejection, price failing to continue this uptrend above 18,500, 18,600 range, then we have to be careful, because that will indicate the trend has got rejection to enter inside this descending triangle, and we could start a corrective movement just like here from the past price action, a retracement from the top till the bottom up to 80 or 85%. And if that is going to happen, then you can see, guys, the price of Bitcoin will enter around this 10,000 to 12,000 zone, and this is where we think the market could be heading in a bigger time frame. But if we look at this in a daily time frame, according to this analysis, it did play out just like how we predicted. A relief rally almost around this 0.5 Fibonacci line before showing this corrective movement. And yesterday, when we failed to break out of this key line, now we have to be extremely careful, because in the past price action we have found out whenever we have failed to break out of this key line of resistance around the 0.5 Fibonacci line, after that we had this bigger retracement. Relief rally, price failed to break out of this 0.5 Fibonacci line, retracement. Now this here also could be a rejection from this 0.5 Fibonacci line. So if this is going to be another rejection around this 0.5 Fibonacci line, then we have to be very careful, because we don't want to get trapped in a movement here like this, because we know in a daily time frame the CPI indicator is still indicating us the market is fighting to remain above this support line. Yes, this lower target is going to be acting as one very important line of support, and the upper line or the central line is going to be acting as one very important line of resistance. So what I want you guys to understand, in the medium short term, we don't want the price to lose the support from this bottom CPI line around 17,600, because if we lose the support around the 17,600, means we have clearly got a rejection to re-enter inside the CPI line, and price could be getting attracted towards this target range of 14,600, because once we fail to break or flip this resistance, CPI line's resistance, into support, that means the trend is weakening and we could be seeing another reversal towards this monthly S1 line. But as long as we remain above this central or the bottom CPI line, it is still okay, guys. I mean, the price could still continue this uptrend here like this, after finding proper support above this bottom CPI line, which is around 17,600. So this 17,600 in the medium short term must hold the price at any cost, because we know parallelly in a 4-hour time frame, the price of Bitcoin was also forming the so-called bullish megaphone pattern. Yesterday I showed you guys very clearly this movement could see a retest around this previous temporary resistance line, because if you look at this price movement carefully, upper line was always looked as a strong line of resistance. So this is exactly where we came, this is exactly where we are holding. So if we do see any sort of reversal here to the downside, we want our price to stay above 17,600 in the immediate short term, because if we do manage to remain above 17,600, the market could still show this relief rally type of movement between 18 to 19,000 one more time before choosing an actual trend direction. So that's why, guys, that's why let's hope in the medium short term the price remains above 17,600, because not just only in a daily time frame, not just only looking through this bullish megaphone pattern here in a 4-hour time frame, even this rising trend line is clearly indicating the price of Bitcoin, if we are going to see a corrective movement again to retest the support from this rising trend line, which has acted as one very important support line in the past price action, we could still continue this uptrend. Because what I want you guys to understand here, when we started this movement here forming lower highs, higher lows, what came after that? Lower highs, higher lows. After this lower highs, higher lows, we had this higher highs, higher lows. Just like here, a same pattern is being repeated. Lower highs, higher lows, right? And after this lower highs, higher lows, we had a higher high. Just like here, we had a higher high, and now after higher high, if we are going to see another pullback, it is still going to indicate a higher low. After higher low, we could see a movement here like this. Price getting attracted towards this rising trend line from higher low, just like here, but lower high, right? And then another higher low before forming a final move here like this between 18 to 19,000 one more time before choosing a trend direction. So even though we are aware the bigger picture is not looking that good, but in the medium short term, this impulsive movement could still be on the line if we remain above 17,600 here in the medium short term, because even this Wyckoff accumulation schematic too, which indicated that once we enter this phase E, the price of Bitcoin will be slowly starting this impulsive movement. We did broke the resistance from this symmetrical triangle and entered inside this phase E. The price was turning bullish, but now we are seeing this reversal type of scenario. But what I just showed you, if we do remain above this 17,600 support line in the medium short term, we are still expecting the price of Bitcoin to show a movement here like this before choosing a trend direction. Because if we look at the price structure around this area in a smaller time frame, I mean in an hourly time frame, things looks very interesting. So before I start talking about this very interesting scenario, guys, if you haven't destroyed the like button, then please do it right now. And for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. But if you want to support me further, then a comment would be much appreciated, because you know a like and a comment is going to boost the algorithm of this channel and also boost the motivation for me to create content like this in a daily basis. So what I want you guys to look at in the medium short term, as you can see, if the price of Bitcoin, right, if the price of Bitcoin is going to show any sort of a movement here to the downside, then we want this rising trend line in an hourly time frame to hold the price, because this line has acted as a strong line of support. But if we fail, guys, if we fail to remain above this rising trend line here in the medium short term like this, then we have to be extremely careful, because in that case we will measure our target here to the downside from the top side till the rising trend line or the bottom line. In that case, if we break from here this support in an hourly time frame, then the target would be somewhere between 16,900 to 17,000 range. Yes, guys, if the price of Bitcoin in the medium short term fails to hold this support around 17,600, then this is where we could be possibly getting gravitated, 16,900 to 17,000 range. But as long as we are going to remain about 17,600, we are still expecting the price of Bitcoin to continue this uptrend towards the next target according to the CPI line, which is 18,000 and even around 19,000 before it chooses an actual trend direction. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope that the price does remain above 17,600 here in the medium short term. So this was some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my vlog, then please guys, please destroy the like button, and for those individuals watching it the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. Now by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye-bye.